Hey people, Duncan here. I want to talk about this the obvious bill that everybody wanted Trump to veto. But before I do, please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, comment in the box below, and hit that bell for notifications. As well as look for me on my new sites, on my Twitter sites, as well as Google+. So let's talk about this bill. Alright? Now, none of us like the fact that it was pushed overnight and nobody ever got a chance to look at it or read it. But there are some parts of this bill that are actually good and will help us. So let me go over a few. First, it strengthens our military as well as our border patrol. Okay, what does this mean? This means that our military will become one of the most dominant, powerful militaries in the world. We will be countries all over this world will be terrified of our capabilities. But increasing the border patrol also allows us to use new equipment and manpower to patrol that border while the Democrats are dragging their feet on the very few dollars that they threw towards it. But those few dollars at least guarantee the door is open for the spending, the funding of the wall, which is something that didn't happen before. So even though the number is a joke, it's still a trickle in what's needed, but giving an increase in border patrol allows us to use a lot of new equipment to make up for that while that wall is getting built. So at least we got to the table, and at least it's something that's being talked about and taken care of at this point. Now, next, it guarantees, as I said, it guarantees the funding of the wall, but also it adds more ICE agents. So it allows ICE to do their job. They're going to be allowed to go into many of these sanctuary cities and states, and they're going to be able to increase manpower in order to make more deportations. So that's a good thing as well. Okay? Now, the one thing that I really liked about this bill is it said nothing about DACA. Okay, President Trump was willing to pass 2 billion illegals into this country. But somehow the Democrats didn't mention the dime towards DACA, which means, with that being said, we're getting some funding for the wall. We're getting a lot of the things that we wanted to argue about on the table. And the Democratic Party exactly turned their back on the same DACA people that wanted them to talk anyway. So this is a big win for us, considering come those midterm elections, we can turn around and say, well, why should we listen, or why would the immigrants or the minorities listen to you liberals, when in fact the liberals have turned their back on the immigration? They turned their back on the DACA people. I mean, they're losing their voting base. They're losing their voters and their supporters because they think that this is a good bill for them, when in fact, piece by piece, it's starting to tear down their walls of sanctuary. It's starting to tear down their control and their power. Piece by piece, they're agreeing to small victories today, which are going to give us the victory of the battle later down the road. Okay, President Trump is a very smart businessman. He knows how to loophole, he knows how to negotiate, and he knows how to get things done, because he's willing to bend a few rules or to cut a couple corners to do it. He's willing to look at the loopholes to find the right ones and to get the job done. So, before we all flip out and scream veto this bill, just really look at it and understand that it opens the door. But I do think we need a line-by-line veto ability. We need the ability to get back in, to open up that bill, to look at it article by article, and to check off the ones that he should be allowed to veto. It's not ever a good idea to pass a bill without it being looked at, without really knowing what's in it. And that is kind of scary. So, with that being said, let's hope that this ends up being something good for us, because at least it's the beginning. So, that's my opinions on the obvious, I don't even know how to say it, Oblius bill. So, with that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please, once again, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comment in the box below, hit that bell for notifications, and also go look for me on Twitter and Hangouts and Google+. Have a great day, and God bless America. Peace. Duncan out.